friends, it's me, the Stitches. Since all the craft stores around me are closed and all the thrift stores are also closed, I decided to use some stuff I already had around my house to make some accessories. Today I'm going to show you how I made this choker and this sparkly holographic brooch. We're going to start with this scrap fabric. It's a fine mesh that has a slightly sparkly finish to it. I've used it for a few projects now, and it's pretty much just small strips, but that's all I need. I'm pairing it with this ancient Martha Stewart plastic confetti that I've had for years and I refuse to throw out. I'm pretty sure they even still sell it. From my fabric, I'm cutting 2 heart pieces for the center of my brooch. Luckily, this fabric doesn't fray, so I don't really need much in the way of seam allowance. Once the hearts are cut out, I need to measure around the edges to see how much fabric I need to cut for the ruffle. Laying the heart on my cutting mat to compare size, I decided to cut 1-inch strips for my ruffle, partially because the mat has a 1-inch grid on it. Then I took a chunk of the scrap fabric and cut it into strips. My heart circumference was not quite 11 inches, so I laid the strips across my mat to make sure I had at least 2 to 3 times the length of 11 inches, so I would have enough to gather. I keep a little recycled bit of paperboard with gathered scrap fabric glued to it as a little guide for how much fullness different measurement ratios can create. After loading my machine with a color matching thread, we'll sew up our ruffle. And then gather the ruffle to fit the heart pieces. I arranged my pieces with the ruffle pinned inwards, facing the right side of the fabric. The other heart piece will get placed on top with the right side facing the ruffle again. After the ruffle is securely sandwiched between the layers of fabric, it's time to stitch everything together, leaving a small gap for turning and stuffing. Next, this monstrosity gets turned right sides out. Picking out the actually colorful bits, I filled the heart brooch with that Martha Stewart holographic confetti. And then the stuffed heart is sewn shut. I also gave this whole brooch a good top stitch just because it looks nicer. Now all it needs is an actual brooch clip, and it's finished. And here it is in all of its beautiful glory. I have some more of those felt hearts that I used in my tote bag DIY video, only these are about a square inch in size and pastel pink. I was wondering what to do with them when I noticed how cute they look all lined up, so I decided to make a choker out of them. We'll just need some basic jewelry findings, some jump rings, clasps, some chain. Things that most jewelry makers should probably already have in their kit. The hearts will be attached to each other with some larger jump rings. In order to create a hole to pass the ring through, I used a thick tapestry needle, almost the same way that I would use an awl. I didn't have enough hearts for them to go all the way around my neck, so we'll use some chain to add that extra length. I cut approximately what I thought I would need, although I did have to remove a couple inches after the fact. And then this length gets cut in half, and a clasp gets added with jump rings. And now I'll join my two pieces together to form the finished necklace. And it's all done! I kinda wish I would have had this for my Valentine's Day lookbook. And those are the accessories that I made today. I made these both in one single day, so it's definitely a good afternoon project. I will definitely be using them in a potential upcoming transformation video, as I need quite a few cutesy accessories. But these are also simple enough that they can be used in quite a few different outfits in quite a few different ways. And that's all I have for you guys today. I will see you all next time. Bye!